Hey guys, how's it going? I'm so glad that you decided to join me today for this week's meal plan. Now, if you were watching for last week's, it didn't happen. The reason was between having company the week before, we actually got some more bigger visits with the kiddos that are going to be joining our family. And just a lot of things happened, and I was going to actually record it the day of. And it was just one thing after another. And then I thought, okay, it'll be a day late. And then we got to like 3-4 days. I was like, you know what? It's going to be next week. So I just apologized for that. Had every intention of having it done. I had it written down. So I'm going to show you guys what we were having and what we're planning to have this week. Now, right now, I am in kind of a tricky planning phase because our 2 extra kiddos are not officially with us yet, but they have been granted the ability to start spending time here at the house with us, which means some of our meals are for a family of 11, some of our meals for a family of 9. And in general, I have to work around food allergies, food sensitivities, and we're coming to realize that there might be some other food needs for these kiddos. One who really likes eating, turns out the food might not like that one as much. And the other one who's just not a big eater. So we've really got to maximize the calories and the nutrients in what we make. So I'm going to have some work cut out for me. I'm going to also apologize if you guys can hear thumping. I think last time I didn't really pick up, but apparently the kids have decided now is a good time to start running out in the room above me. It happens. When I came down, they were all watching a movie and actually being really quiet, and all of a sudden, it's not so quiet. And then I had to pause it for a second because it turns out one of them even made their way down here and needed me for a moment. So if I just jumped there a little bit, sorry about that too. Okay, on to this week and last week's meal plan. First thing first is last week. Here's the list. So we had grilled cheese with tomato soup. That is something that we had. Egg sandwiches. We did not end up making those. Pancakes, yes, those were had. Tater tot casserole, we had full intention of having that. And then the days that it was a good day for it, it ended up being really hot. So it wasn't a good day for it. That is one that I'm kind of putting off until we have a slightly cooler day. So it's okay to have the oven on for an extended length of time, because to make the size of dish we make, it takes about 2 hours to cook. Chicken and veggies over rice. This did not happen. I was going to use the rest of the shredded chicken that was in the fridge, along with I was going to saute some of our frozen vegetables, create a sauce, put it over rice. It didn't happen. The chicken ended up being eaten, so we just left that be. Nachos, fast and easy, great for summer weather, guys. If you have not seen that recipe, I suggest hopping over to my recipe playlist to check that out. So crazy simple and allergy friendly. Guys, there are ways to alter it to make it work for different dietary needs. It does not have to be just one specific way or one specific type of chip. Pizza cups. This is something we had before. We did not do a video of it. A couple of my teenagers made it when I was on the go. It basically, you just mix up Bisquick biscuit mix as if you were going to make biscuits. Press it into muffin cups. Fill it with your pizza stuff. You put a little bit of sauce, some cheese, some pepperoni, whatever you have that you want in it. You could even mix it with other stuff. One of our kids has recently started playing with the Bisquick, mixing some seasoning into it, some shredded cheese. She made mozzarella, or not mozzarella, just cheese sticks. Baked cheese sticks with the mozzarella string cheese. So there's a lot of options there. Okay. So you can see what we had and what we didn't have, because I'm still working into, and the weather's been a little bit funky as far as what days are hot, what days are kind of cool, what I can and cannot do. And we've had a lot of surprise company and just schedule changes. So that's what we're working with now. So on to this week, we have got the basil pesto with chicken and pasta. Now we actually have the fryer chickens in the Instant Pots as I speak. So Sean will be shredding those here later tonight. So tomorrow I will go ahead and I'm going to attempt to use that freeze-dried basil. So we'll see. I'm going to have to report on how that goes later, because I'm a little skeptical on just how that's going to turn out. I just don't see how it can be the same as fresh, but maybe it still packs as much flavor. We'll find out. Flatbread pizza. That's where we take the flatbread, like the pita rounds, and you just put them on a cookie sheet, spread your sauce on it, cheese, whatever other toppings you want, as if it was like a regular pizza crust, and you bake it for 10 minutes. So that's really easy enough. Now, shepherd's pie is on here. That was with the idea that the tater tot casserole would have been done. Again, I like to put one meal on here that is a really hearty baked meal. Maybe it's a bad idea right now with the weather, so I'm going to play with that one. Soup. I know a lot of people shake their head at soup in the summer because it's usually a hot food. It's something you want when it's cold outside. The truth is, for me, it's something that I do in the Instant Pot, so it doesn't heat up the kitchen. Again, it can be hearty and filling. I will probably end up doing like the bacon cheeseburger soup. Again, guys, hop over to that recipe playlist. You're not going to regret it. And basically, it's just liquid cheeseburger. That sounds really gross. Promise it's not gross. So that's something that you're going to grill hamburgers and cheeseburgers and everything in the summer anyhow. What's wrong with eating it in soup form? So keep that in mind if you try something like that. Tacos. This is something really simple that we make. I'm not sure if I've done the recipe video on this one or not. But basically, we brown up hamburger, and then I add in our homemade refried beans, which I do have the video on. I add a combination of my own spices, plus 1 to 2 cans of tomato sauce. Let that all heat up and marinate together. That's my taco filling. We use that, and then the kids can put whatever they want on top of it. Shredded cheese, sour cream, taco sauce, salsa, lettuce, whatever. If we've got it, they can use it. So that's what tacos look like in our house. And those refried beans, mixing it into the meat, really stretches that taco meat just that little bit farther. And with this many people, guys, it's a big deal. All right, then we have French toast. Now, we do have 2 kids that can't or won't eat this. I also myself cannot eat it, but it is something that everybody else really enjoys. And so when we've gone a long stretch without it, which we have, I honestly think it was last fall when we kind of quit making it so much. So my husband, Sean, will bring home plenty of the yummy breakfast breads that Country Hearth makes. They've got a maple, the maple burst is not in anymore, but they've got an apple cinnamon, the cinnamon burst, cinnamon raisin. There's a couple other ones that the kids really like, but the apple, and blueberry. Blueberry is really good. So we'll go ahead and we'll make French toast for everyone who can and will eat it. And then we've got French toast sticks in the freezer from Sam's Club that actually do not have any eggs. So that way our 5-year-old who's allergic to eggs can have something that's still French toast. She can dip them in syrup, whatever. Our teenager who doesn't eat eggs, she's kind of 50-50. Sometimes she'll still eat the French toast though. So we'll see if she eats that. Otherwise, she gets the French toast sticks too. I just make something else to eat because that's a lot of carbs on top of everything. All right, last but not least, over on this side, we do have chicken verde. Now, if you've missed it in the past, I write stuff off to the right on my meal plan because those are things that I hope to be able to make, but I may not have all of the ingredients yet. So I write it over there with the stuff on the grocery list, and as long as we get the stuff off the grocery list, then I can make it. But because there's been such a shortage of certain food items, that can get really iffy sometimes. So I can definitively say we will be having chicken verde. It's really simple. Again, guys, I feel like a broken record, but check out my recipe playlist. I was looking at it earlier, linking it for someone else, and I want to say there's 27 or 29 recipes in there currently. These are standard items for our family. Now, obviously, it's not all of the meals we eat, but it's things that I have tweaked or altered or just quantity-wise really work for a large family. And so while it's not hundreds upon hundreds of recipes, guys, it's still a good amount and it gives you a lot of things to work with. So I recommend you check that out. The chicken verde is in there in a couple forms. I think there's a soup form and the regular chicken verde form, which we use in tacos, actually. So that's what we're going to do this week. I will cook it in the crock pot, so it takes all day. I've got to make a point to put it in the morning, so that way we can have it for dinner that night. And there it is. That is this week's meal plan. I have a total of 7 meals on there, counting that chicken verde. I did not write anything extra There is that chance that shepherd's pie is just not gonna happen, but we'll wait and see. I don't count anything out. If it doesn't, I'll probably go back up to like the egg sandwiches that didn't happen last week. We've still got the eggs. So I'll probably do that in its place if it's too hot out to have the oven going that long. So there it is. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this meal plan. I hope that you guys actually get something out of this and that it's helpful to you and your families or whatever your journey may be. In the meantime, I hope that you're having a blessed day. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss everything else coming up next. And I'll see you in the next one.